Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Arthur from Draft Media here to talk about 20-year-old French guard Hugo Besson, who is currently playing for the New Zealand Breakers in the NBL. Let's jump right into it with his finishing. Besson is the most athletic of finishers, but he can get creative. He's shown the ability to finish with both hands on either side of the basket and shows he's able to finish through contact from time to time. And though in one of these clips he's called for a charge, the referee made the wrong call. Besson also does a good job at drawing fouls, averaging right under 4 free throw attempts per game. And as a scorer who thrives with the ball in his hands, that's a good sign. However, Hugo's efficiency has been a real concern to start the season. He's only shooting 38% from the field, and missing easy floaters and layups has had a big part in that. Besson also has a bad tendency to put his head down and barrel into traffic instead of looking for his teammates. On this play, Besson is in a dribble handoff situation. He gets the ball at the top of the key and has engaged 4 defenders. One of those defenders is helping inside to take away the roll man despite being 1 pass away. However, Besson doesn't punish him by hitting his open man, rather he decides to take it all the way and of course is unable to finish. And this isn't just a one-time occurrence. Watch how he continuously drives against multiple defenders instead of weighing his options. Moving on to isolation. Besson really loves isolations, and it's easy to see why. He has a tight handle and loves to use it against mismatches to get easy finishes. However, like I mentioned earlier, these easy finishes haven't been so easy for Besson. Even against bigs on the perimeter, Besson struggles to get past them. Often goes up with a bad take, or like before, is unable to recognize help defense rotating over. Besson will also shoot the 3 in isolation situations, which is going good for him. If defenders are giving him space, it's important for Besson to be able to punish them for it. And of course the shot won't always fall, but taking these types of 3s are important for his playstyle. Besson does show the ability to recognize help defense periodically, as we see him get the nice hockey assist on this play, but then will go back to his old ways and is forced to pass from an uncomfortable spot, causing a turnover. Next up is his perimeter shooting. Besson is by definition a streaky shooter. He had a hot start to the season shooting 9 of 19 from behind the arc, but since has only shot 3 of 18. He has a short-term memory on the floor, which is good for the microwave scorer he is. But if his shots aren't falling, how else will Hugo affect the game positively? And his minutes reflect that. When he was shooting well, he was averaging nearly 36 minutes per game. But when the shots stopped falling, he was averaging only 23 per game. His form seems to have no problems, but for whatever reason he seems to struggle in catch and shoot situations, which is an alarming sign. Just to highlight this one play, in a 2-on-1 fast break, Besson decides to pull up for 3 and misses, when he could have set up his teammate for an easy lob or bounce pass assist. It's plays like these that will make him lose minutes in a rotation quickly. Although he doesn't take too many of them, his mid-range shots haven't really been falling recently. But again, that comes with being a streaky shooter. Shooting 83% from the line is a good sign, however. Moving on to the pick and roll game, Besson has shown he's capable of being a secondary ball handler for a team. His pick and roll game intrigues me because he's shown to be a 3-level scorer who can make some decent passes. His finishing struggles and tunnel vision have also translated to the pick and roll, unfortunately. But I believe with good coaching, these mistakes could be corrected. I really would like to see Besson start knocking down these floaters more consistently. At 6'3" and 200 pounds, he is a little undersized for the shooting guard position, and a good floater game could really benefit him. Being able to shoot threes out of the pick and roll is going to be huge for Hugo. The defense all goes over on these screens because they know he's a capable shooter. The next step has to be punishing teams when they go over, whether it be by attacking the rim or feeding the roll man. And he does show the ability to hit the roll man in stride. Although they don't always finish, he's putting them in good positions to do so. By now, we've touched on his playmaking quite a bit, but Hugo has shown some real moments of being a dynamic playmaker. It's about being able to read the defense on a consistent basis, which I believe will come with time. Moving on to the defensive side of the ball, easily the biggest weakness in Hugo's game. He's had some possessions where he's looked good, but other than those plays, Besson could be a defensive liability at times. Whether it be not closing out correctly or not fighting through screens, sometimes he just doesn't give enough effort. His defense has a long ways to go before it's viable.
David did some gas hole.
Watch how he attempts to cheat the screen on this play, only to be left playing catch-up, leaving him one step behind on the entire possession. Because of his poor defense, Besson resorts to fouling entirely too often on the perimeter. These unnecessary fouls could easily put him in foul trouble, taking away from his minutes again. With his current level of defense, it's unlikely he sees any fourth quarter minutes when the game matters most. All the opposing team has to do is put him in a position to guard the isolation, which evidently either gets you a free lane to the basket or an easy foul.